Dallas make it hurt.
All right, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Once again, it's 3 o'clock. A little bit after 3, which means only one thing, at least on my end. Welcome one more time to the Big Time Show podcast that is being seen and heard live right now on the NGBN.TV network. It is being seen and heard live right now on the Big Time Show Facebook and YouTube page as well right now. Listen, I'm trying to get my thoughts together, and I'll tell you why in just a second, but it's on live right now on Instagram at Lou Brooks 20. You can see the handle right now flashing across your screen. If you want to go there, it is there for you. Go there to Instagram if you want. Also live right now on Twitter. It's on Twitch. It's everywhere. And I know I'm missing something, but it's everywhere right now. What's going on? It's Saturday. Glad some of you can join, and I'm quite sure a few of you may join in momentarily, and we can go ahead and have a little fun here on today. If you don't mind, before we get started, go ahead and share if you will. If you feel like you want to share this content, you can, whether you're a Cowboy fan or a Cowboy hater. It makes no difference. Just share the content. People love to beat up on the Cowboys, so even the haters, as you am already looking in the chat, I see one already showed up front and center as usual. I already see it. I ain't ready to speak yet, but I can see the chat already. It's unbelievable how the Dallas Cowboys continue to be the gift that keeps on giving. It just never fails. We are here. So what's going on, y'all? What's going on? I'm getting ready to speak to everybody. I can't see you Instagram quite yet. I'm about to click on there in just a second. But if you are there, welcome to the show. Appreciate you guys showing up for your boy on the day, on this Saturday. Hope you're having a real good Saturday afternoon. I know you are. Most of you are off work. Most of you are having fun already. Well, for me, since I work in education, this is officially spring break for us, weekend. So all next week, I will be off all next week. So I'll go ahead and say it now, expect some things next week, some pop-up shows. I got the time next week, so I just won't be coming on my regular days and moments, but I'll be right here with you during the week next week. So be prepared for that, if you will. And whoever else is here, go ahead and hit that like button for me real quick. For those that are on here, hit that like button for me. If you're on Facebook, hit that like button or heart button. If you are on YouTube, you can hit that heart button for me. I need everybody that's here. Let's drive the algorithm just a little crazy, if you don't mind. Why don't you hit that button for me? Just smash it, just like this. Give me about 12 to 15. How about that? Everybody hit it for me real quick. Just hit your like button, heart button. And it helps your boy out. It also lets people know, that drives the conversation to YouTube or Facebook, and they may say, hey, with all these likes, something must be going on over there. Let's put this show in front of other people's faces. So I need your help. It's called partnership. I can do what I do, but if you do what you do and help your boy out, we're gonna make magic around here. Oh, there's no question about it. We can do that. So I appreciate that already in advance. Some of you may be already doing it. I can't see that right now, but if you are, I appreciate you so much for helping me out. Before we get started, I know we're here. I promise you I'm coming to cowboy content. But let me go ahead and talk about the network that I'm affiliated with, and that's the NGBN .TV network, where we are trying our best to save lives between the ages of 40 and 60. You'd be surprised how many people attempt suicide. It's a lot. It's a lot. We got to do something. Sitting around and doing nothing is not an option. We have to say something. Those of us who have platforms and who care about this type of situation, no matter how many people they watch me, and I have a few people that watch, people that I'm concerned about as far as this network goes is those that just looking for some type of outlet of entertainment. Because I guess that's what I am. A little entertaining and somewhat educational about the Cowboys, I guess. But if I can just get someone to think about me trying to see me on the next time I come on, instead of possibly taking their life, then I've done my job. And whatever entertainment that I can do. Of course, I have another show which is called Seeking Clear Thoughts, more of a spiritual show. If I can, whatever I can do. That's the reason why I joined this network. It's not for numbers or anything else. I just want to make impact in a different way. So let me share this with you about the network, and then we'll come back and we'll get to rolling, man. What's up, Joe? I see you over there. My father's on here. Hey, Daddy. I see you, Daddy. Let's talk about NGBN.
1 week after launching our exclusive sneak peek, NGBN TV was live for 3 days of continuous coverage from Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas.
NGBN TV is live from Las Vegas for Super Bowl 58.
The one-of-a-kind streaming TV network for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s was the conversation for the big game about men's mental health. And the world of athletes, celebrities, and influencers were on notice. But we're just getting started with new partnerships announced, like the Team Nike 3-on-3 Championship, and new platforms available to download the NGBN TV app. So, what are you waiting for? Download the app today from your favorite streaming device, or check us out at ngbn.tv. This is NGBN TV.
Man, isn't that awesome? Listen, as you can see by the commercial there, we, as a network, were present front and center in Las Vegas for the Super Bowl, this past Super Bowl that just happened. NGBN was there. As you can see by some of the celebrities that were interviewed or who stopped by. There were plenty more. We had Hall of Famers who was interviewed by some of my co-laborers, co-workers. It was an experience there, to the point that we already have decided and been invited to go to next year's Super Bowl, which will be in New Orleans next year. And yes, your boy, me, I will be there next year. Big time show will be broadcasting from the Super Bowl. How about that? In some shape or capacity also. It might be a possibility that I'll be working in the faith-based type of community there as well. You give them a double personalities of Bishop Brooks, and then you get big time. So stay tuned for that. We got a little ways to go. We're already meeting. We're already planning to get to New Orleans for next year for the Super Bowl. And hope you guys hang with me until then. Hopefully the Cowboys, Lord have mercy. Hopefully the Cowboys will make it to New Orleans with me. And that way I won't be miserable. That way I won't be so grumpy. That way I won't be so ticked off. I need the Cowboys to get there. I was 22 years old the last time we won the Super Bowl. I'm 51 years old now. Good Lord. Come on now. I'm 51. I was 22 years old the last time we won. That's just too much time, man. MC Hammer was wearing the breakdance pants, all them crazy stuff. I mean, come on now. I gotta have it. But I gotta tell y'all, this has been so far one of the strangest off seasons that I've seen in a while. And you would think that it's coming from the outside. The media is gonna do what the media gonna do. Your Stephen A's of the world, all these guys, that's not Cowboy fans. They're gonna do what they usually do. So whatever they do in a negative sense of the Cowboys really is not surprising. Matter of fact, it really should be expected that when you see Stephen A. laughing and giggling about the Cowboys, Shannon Sharp, all the guys that's on Undisputed, on Fox, Shady McCoy, all these people, you expect negative from them. It's no surprise at all. However, this offseason is quite different because all of the damage, if you want to call it that, is coming from the inside so far. That makes it strange, and the reason why that is strange is because if it's coming from the inside, then it has to be some type of truth to it. See, when you start getting outside people talking, that's where the old saying comes, where there's smoke, there's fire. Well, in this case, it ain't no smoke. It's already ablaze. It's fire already. I'll get to that in a moment. Let me go ahead and say this. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking about it. I've been trying to prepare you in my own way. That the calm before the storm, that's what we're still going through. But it's getting ready to go down now. March the 13th. It's about to go down. We're about to find out slowly but surely. Well, let me take that back. We're about to find out rather quickly about the mindset of the Dallas Cowboys and what we're getting ready to do. Because March 13th is where you're able now to go after free agents. And I know what some will say, hey, we got to go ahead and take care of our guys first. But it's tied into free agency. Okay? The only reason why I'm saying that is because if the Cowboys don't sign nobody, which personally I'm expecting them not to. But if they don't, that tells you they're getting ready to go quote unquote all in over our guys. That's what that tells me. So far, the big news this week, two big pieces of news, is that Zach Martin's contract has been restructured, and it freed up about $13 million for us to have. It helps out the salary cap. So they freed up money. And the question is, okay, you freed up some money, and then they got a plethora of moves that they can make to really have, a nice piece, nice chunk of money. But the question will be, what will they do, and when will they do it? You see, to me, if they really want to go ahead and possibly go after free agent or two, which I don't think they will, but if they did, we should be expecting Dak Prescott type news in a minute, don't you think? Because if Dak gets extended before free agency happens, that just freed up a lot of money. Or if you're not going to do that, then I'm expecting CeeDee Lamb to be restructured, which would free up a lot of money. They can also restructure Terrence Steele's deal. That will free up a lot of money. It's guys that are already on the team that they can go after and can go ahead and get a lot of, nice piece of money that they could possibly go after free agents. So another way that we can make a lot of room in the salary cap is because of the second piece of news that happened this week, which it really is not a surprise because they had to do something. And that was that the Cowboys picked up the 5th-year option on Micah Parsons. No surprise there. And that's what any team would do. But Micah will make over $20 million this year. I guess the friction of it was how they categorized him. They categorized him, and the team has the option to do that. They categorized him as a defensive end instead of a linebacker for one reason, because if they labeled him as a defensive end, the price tag is $21 million for the 5th year. If they would have done it for a linebacker, it would have been $24 million. So the Cowboys actually saved $3 million by naming Micah Parsons solely a defensive end instead of naming him a linebacker. So they did, of course, what was in the best interest of them. So they just saved money just by naming him as a defensive end and a linebacker. Now you may be asking, okay, why you say that could help us? Is because he's on his last year. This is be on his last year of his contract. And of course, he can be negotiated with also. All right. So if the Cowboys really wanted to do something, they can even restructure or do a new deal for Micah Parsons, which would free up a lot of money as well. Now, let me say this, y'all, and football, they always have said it's a business. It's a business. Football is a business. It's not a, it's not friend. These guys are playing with their bodies, putting their bodies on the line, and you only get one in life. The human body has no spare parts. So it's interesting that Michael Parsons is on his last year deal, and he's been a part of the team to see how others were treated as far as contract goes in their last years. If he wasn't there, he's heard about it. He's playing with guys who've been franchised, such as Dak Prescott twice. And the guy, he also in his common sense for him to figure out that the Cowboys don't mind you playing on a 1-year deal. And if you get hurt, your money probably gonna go down. Now, I'm saying all of that to say this. I'm telling y'all, I think we're getting ready to have even more drama in Dallas. And I got to be honest with you. If this happens, I can't blame him. I don't see Michael Parsons playing on a 5-year deal. I just don't. I believe Michael Parsons is getting ready. If there's not a deal made, I would not be surprised. And I don't have no way to prove this. I don't have no way to say this is going to happen. I'm just saying, Michael Parsons, I just can't see Michael Parsons playing on a 1-year deal. I just can't see it. I can't. And I can't blame him. I can't blame him. You know, for as much as this guy is going to make on his next contract, an injury will knock some of those zeros down. It's business. If he tears up his knee, he probably ain't coming back until the following year. And if he comes back, he probably won't be himself until the following year. And you can't mess up guys like, you know, this type of guy. You can't mess up his money like that. So the Cowboys can negotiate with Michael Parsons as well to go ahead and extend him. A lot of people ain't talking about that, but that can happen. And I believe that adds another dynamic to this offseason of what we're going to do and what we're not going to do. And that's the hands of Michael Parsons. See, if Michael Parsons holds out, trust me, he's going to get a deal. Cowboys know. I don't care how much Jerry Jones want to play hardball, all that kind of stuff. He knows. You don't have Michael Parsons, you don't have really a real good defense. He's that special. You gotta pay him. So expect. I would. Let me just say it like this. Yeah, I don't know what the young man has. I don't know his endorsements. I don't know if he's, if he's cool or whatever. Financially, I don't know. But I know what I would do. I know what I would do if I was playing on a 5-year deal and you can negotiate with me. If I'm Michael Parsons and I'm at the doorstep of signing probably the biggest contract for a defensive player in history, and that's coming up, there's nowhere in the world I'm playing on a 1-year deal. No way. No way. If I was Michael Parsons, I would just go on and say, hey man, y'all, I don't know what y'all, I'm gonna be here at the house. I text my teammates until I get my deal. I ain't showing up. I'm not showing up for training camp. I'm not showing up for off-season workouts. I'm not showing up for nothing. I can't afford to twist my ankle, tear my knee up on a 1-year deal. You're not gonna get me. You're not gonna get me. Because if I mess my knee up, if I mess my ankle up, I mess my leg up, I tear my shoulder up, when it comes to negotiation time, you're gonna say, well, you're coming off an injury, and your value just went down. No sir, no sir. I'm gonna sit out if I'm Michael Parsons. You know what I'm saying? So we really don't know what we're doing. The Cowboys, to their credit, I give them credit, they have been quiet. They made a little noise with Michael Parsons' move and the restructuring of Zach Martin's deal. That's the only really noise that you done heard, other than a couple of weeks ago, Jerry talking and Steven talking. Other than that, they've been mighty quiet. Just because it's quiet don't mean nothing ain't going on. There's plenty going on. Yeah, I'm quite sure by now they have their strategy of how they're going to do this year. They already know who they're going to extend. They already know who's going to be first, who they're going after second. They already probably got a grip on any free agent. That's whether it's top-notch free agents or whether it's the thrift store free agents. They already know. They already know. What they don't quite know is the draft board. They're working on that, without a doubt. But as far as free agency goes, which starts on the 13th, they already know who they're going to let pass. They already know what day they're going to attack, if any days. They already know what they're going to do. They already know by now. They know all the names. They know how much money they want to possibly share with the player. If there's a free agent that'll come in, they already know the contract that they want to give. It is what it is. There is a little, while it's on my head, there is a little small piece of tension, I guess, that comes into play as well. And that's Tony Pollard. I don't know if you heard about it. I'm quite sure you have, because y'all are Cowboy fans like me. So you done heard all the news. Tony Pollard says that he's willing to play for less in Dallas. That's what Tony Pollard said, which makes things interesting, because Tony Pollard, the last time we checked, he got $10 million last year on a franchise tag. You would think that he was going to try to go get some more money, which I don't think he never would have gotten. But there's nothing wrong with him going to test. Maybe a team will give him 11, 12, whatever. Maybe that'll be the case. I don't think he would have got it, but he's a free agent. He's more than welcome to try it out. But once he comes out and says he's willing to play for less, and I don't know what less means, but it's definitely going to be under $10 million. I had to think about it, and I done come to this conclusion. Now, of course, this is mine. This don't necessarily have to be yours, but this is my conclusion. If there's a contract out there that Tony Pollard was signed for $6 to $7 million, I'm going to keep Tony Pollard. Maybe not as your one, I get it. Maybe not as your number one running back. But for that talent, and keep in mind, in fairness to Tony played last year coming off of a knee injury. He was not himself 100%. Still got his 1,000 yards. The way the ACL injury goes in football, with pretty much everything, you're not yourself until the next following season. So Pollard, there's a possibility if things go like the other athletes who have come back from ACLs, there's a possibility Pollard could be better than what he was, back to his old self from 2 years ago. I would take that. And knowing how the Cowboys are, the Cowboys would take it and still make Pollard their number one instead of going to get somebody to make him a number two. They'll do a reverse. We say Pollard's better as the complimentary back. They will bring the banger in as the complimentary back and let Pollard start him. There's nowhere in the world, if you sign a Pollard to $8-9 million, you're not going to bring in a Derrick Henry. I'm going to say that now. You're not going to bring in all the other ones, Barkley, Austin Eckler, Jacobs, or whatever. You're not bringing that guy because you're going to be paying Pollard probably somewhere between between $6 to $8 million. You're not going to come and then over top of that give Henry $11 million or $10 million on the dot. You'd be having something paying two running backs a total of probably $18-19 million a piece. That's not gonna happen. So be careful what you ask for. I said I would sign them only if I know I don't have a chance with these high quality running backs. That's the only way. Got a super chat up there. I see you. That's my brother Terry. Terry says, Jerry version of all in is attacking donuts and Johnny Walker Black until day 9 of free agency. Yeah, that's right. But they're gonna have to free up some money because even if they're just signing their guys, you're gonna have to free up the money. It's no question. So either it's Dak, either it's CD, could be Parsons. You're freeing up, you're gonna have to free some money up. Terrence Steele can be readjusted. Restructured at least. It's plenty. They have way. The answers are already there. They don't have to do too much. So, it is what it is. You're right, Jacob. Yes, right. He had a broken fibula, so he's back. I think he'll have a better year next year because, I think that the year, this year, I think Pollard probably somewhere between 85 and 90%. We saw how he struggled at the beginning of the year. Kind of got a little bit better as time went on. Probably had to deal with a lot of soreness. And even though he's a running back and that comes with it, but it's doubled when you're coming off an injury like he had. Exactly. There it is, Terry. You're right. Diggs, who can be restructured as well. So the money is not the issue. The question is, as always with the Cowboys, okay, what are you gonna do with the money once it's there for you? Save it, or you gonna spend it on Cracker Jack? Cracker Jack, Toys R Us free agent. That's the only question. The history says that's exactly what they're gonna do, but we'll see. We'll see. But the money is going to have to be freed up, and it's going to take more than what they did with Zach Martin just a couple of days ago. Money is going to have to be freed up in order to get everything rolling. But it's not his 5th year, but they picked up his option. And I was saying that his 5th year option, Greg. So they because they picked it up, they can make a long-term deal with him now. And I'm saying that Michael Parsons see, everybody ain't gonna be a corporate cowboy type player. See what I'm saying? See, the Cowboys have been blessed that there haven't been real holdouts. We got a little scare last year with Zach Martin. Everybody else, and Zach Martin is the poster child for a corporate cowboy. You ain't got to fight him. He gonna do whatever the organization wants him to do. He showed out a little bit last year unexpectedly by saying he need his money. Now he turned from corporate cowboy to a rebel cowboy. But when you start talking about the Dak Prescotts and the DeMarcus Lawrences who didn't give, the only thing that DeMarcus Lawrence did, he said that, if y'all don't give me my long-term contract, I won't be playing with y'all this year at all because I'm going to go ahead and have this surgery for my shoulder. They gave him his money. He played. But see, some of these guys ain't trying to, and some of these guys not trying to be corporate guys. And see, Parsons talks so much, you don't know, you really don't see him mad. The only thing I seen him mad about was the lack of calls that he was not getting. But when it comes to business, we really don't know yet because we ain't never been with him here. And he's the type of guy that can demand a lot of stuff. And he's going to get it. It is what it is. So he's that guy. That's the only thing I was saying, Greg. That if I was him, I would look. So you got to take care of your business. Cowboys got plenty of money. But look, $20 million a year, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. They billionaires. $20 million ain't nothing. I understand the salary cap, but it's just going to be interesting to see. Now, let me get to this part because East Side, with his normal, how can I put this? His normal, he's like a gnat. You know what I'm saying? But in this case, the sun shine on a dog tail every now and then. And Eastside actually is playing producer for me right now because that's exactly what I was getting ready to go to. And let me say this. Can you imagine training camp on the first day? Well, maybe not. Well, yeah, imagine the first day. Y'all know when they do their opening press conference for the year in California, on Oxnard, when Jerry, Steven, Will, Coach McCarthy to get up there with the microphones and, have about an hour-long press conference. Can you imagine the questions that are going to be there this press conference? Because you see, the old saying is, where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's smoke, there is fire. Well, no, I'm coming from a different standpoint, Karan. It's a bunch of hype. But see, the press is not going to be only asking about what kind of team we got and your draft picks and how they were ready to contribute and the depth free agents that you picked up and is Dak ready to go and all that kind of stuff. They're going to ask those questions, but there's going to be a few more questions they're going to ask too. Because this whole offseason of the Cowboys has been filled with controversy. Eastside Harold just said in the chat there that Dallas is a zoo. That didn't come from Eastside. That came from our former tight end, Dalton Schultz, who said that, y'all heard the interview, who said that the Cowboys, it's a difference between playing in Houston and in Dallas because it was a show. His main line was that while they were lifting weights, there was an open mirror there and people were going on tours of the facility and could see the players and knocking on the glass and all that. And that's not how it is, he said, in Houston, where it's strictly football. It ain't no visits and all that kind of stuff. Ain't no signing autographs while the guys are working. See what I'm saying? So, but the reason why it's a controversy is as I said earlier, it's not because of the outside people doing all this talking, the Stephen A's, the Sean McCoys, the Achos, the Skip Baylesses, and all his people that's with him, and the Shannon Sharps. It's not about them. They do what they usually do. It's not about Mike Greenberg and all the people that be with him, and Ryan Clark and all these guys. They're gonna say about the Cowboys what they always say, Chris Cannies and all that. They, if you're a hater of the Cowboys, you ain't gonna give them no credit. You expect that from them. No, all the drama and controversy is coming from the inside this year, which I don't remember happening like this in a long time. Michael Parsons talking. DeMarcus Lawrence is talking. CeeDee Lamb is saying that you got the Michael Parsons going against what DeMarcus Lawrence said. You got CeeDee Lamb siding with Michael Parsons saying what he said. You got CeeDee Lamb saying, we need new leaders. I mean, good God. You got Jerry saying, I don't see a culture problem. Steven says, I don't see a culture problem. Jerry says, I'm going all in. Stephen Jones says, listen, I don't know if you're worse. Jerry hadn't went all in. I mean, it's too much talking. And the reason why I'm saying it's got to be something to it. Even this goes back now to even some of our former players. The Cole Beasleys, the Dez Bryants. And may I even dare say this to an extent. How about the great Terrell Owens? All of them, whatever, especially T.O., some of the stuff that T.O. said is coming to light right now. The stuff that Dez Bryant said is coming to light right now. The things that we heard from Cole Beasley is looking exactly as if he said it. Now you got guys like Schultz who just left here. You know, whether we say, I think Shane just said that he's disgruntled. He might be disgruntled, but is there truth to what he's saying? He ain't lying about the tours. Why they lifting weights. The reason why I know, I say I don't have to ask nobody. I know that is the truth because I've been there. There are tours that goes on all year long at the Star. There's no shutoff time. There are tours of AT&T Stadium, which is not the Star. The Star is in Arlington. The AT&T is in Arlington. The Star's in Dallas. So we're not. That's two different places. But there are tours to both places all year long. We can all get together right now and say, hey, we want to go to the Star, buy our tickets when we want to go. We can go next week. Guess what? We good. We good. We can go. Because Jerry won't every dime. Now, I'm not blaming him for that. It's just that it's obvious that the Cowboys run things a little differently maybe than anything else. Now, I'll say this about Schultz. Since he compared Dallas to Houston, let me go ahead and say this. Nobody don't want to come to Houston. I ain't talking about players. I'm saying nobody ain't trying to get no show. Let's ride a shuttle to Houston and let's go see the stadium, NRG Stadium. Let's go see the facility of Houston. Nobody don't care nothing about that. They want to come to Dallas. That's in comparison. Now, it got to be fair. I'm just being truthful. Nobody ain't lying up to go see the Houston Texans where they practice. You know what I'm saying? Nobody don't care nothing about that. I don't care nothing about that. Everybody want to come to Dallas to that stadium. That's a known fact. So I get what he's saying, but I even understand what he's saying about it's strictly football. Maybe it's because nobody ain't signed up for the tour. I'll just call it like it is. Trust me, you can't compare because it's a waiting list for those that want to come to the Star and who want to come to AT&T to tour the place and look. And on the tour in AT&T, they carry you all the way from the field all the way up to the press boxes. So, and then in the locker room, the reason why I know because I've been there, seen it with my own eyes. They show every facet, the press do the games at. They let you walk around, do anything, take pictures. Or the Cowboys have press conferences. They take you to the room, let you take a picture at the stand as if you answering questions. Same places where they do it all the time. I mean, this is a beautiful place. It's raw. But ain't nobody trying to come to Houston. I'll say that to dog to shoot. but they're making money. You see what I'm saying? And Jerry Jones knows how to make money. That's why he leave the doors open all year long, because he know people want to come. It's really smart business. Can't blame that. But what we can't dismiss is that we're starting to hear the same things from players present and in the past. And these are the questions that are going to have to be answered by players and the front office. So I'm quite sure by the time we get there, well, Jerry's already media savvy, so he already has the answers. Stephen would, they'll follow his lead. They'll answer the right questions. The problem going to be is the player. When they start asking Michael Parsons about what DeMarcus Lawrence said again last year, they were too tired. They see how he backpedals. They're going to ask CD, when you say we need new leadership, y'all already had captains. What's wrong with the leadership that you had? Why you need new leaders? That's a legitimate question. So it's going to be questions, distractions. This is what's getting ready to happen. This is what's getting ready to happen because everybody is running a mouth this offseason that will bleed into training camp. And while some of us are going to be ready to play football, trust me, those questions are going to be asked. It's no question. It's called distraction. And then whatever Michael Parsons says, trust me, they're going to go to DeMarcus Lawrence and they're going to ask him again. When they go to CD, they're going to ask him. It's going to be a down until the thing die off. Exactly, Chang. It's going to be a lot of questions that's not football related right at the beginning. The only reason why I'm saying that is because I haven't seen that with us in a long time. And when you got your star players doing a lot of the yip yap, then that's gonna cause some ripples in the water. Maybe they're skillful enough to get out of it. But the questions are gonna be asked. There's no question about that. And here's the sad part. Because see, their version of All In, you heard Michael Parsons talk about it. Their version of All In is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy because Jerry Jones going to show them what All In means. And it ain't going to match what Michael Parsons wants. Y'all already seen his wish list. It ain't going to be that. Even Dak Prescott said, they asked him, he finally came out of hiding, and congratulations to Dak for his baby girl being born. First time father, so I'm quite sure he's still on cloud nine. Congratulations to him. But they even asked him in that same interview, what about you think about All In? Dak's sarcastic remark was, I can't wait to see it. Come on, man. So no, he didn't go off, but you don't expect that from Dak anyway. But he said, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see who we're gonna bring in. So their versions of All In is obviously gonna be different than Steven and Jerry's. It's gonna be interesting. And this party begins on March the 13th. Now, just because the music is playing on the dance floor, that don't mean that the Cowboys gonna dance. I'm not expecting them to dance. I'm expecting the Cowboys to do what they always have done. They're gonna wait till the pretty girls, the real movie star girls, leave the floor, and then you're gonna have the pretty decent girls, and that's gonna be, the pretty girls. They be there. They come at the party start at 9 o'clock. And it ends at 3 in the morning. Well, the pretty girls usually come in because they got to make an entrance. They come in at 11 o'clock and down 4. But you got the other girls who are there from 9 until about 11 or 12. Those are the girls who are, they pretty, but they not movie stars. The Cowboys are getting ready to wait and go shop there, with the girls that come to the dance between 9 and 11. They don't want the movie stars. They gonna get them little, they gonna get them okay. Yeah, Terry. That's what I'm saying right there. See what I'm saying? We don't want childish angels. We just want, let me stop. I ain't gonna say it. Boy, I had something in my head right there. I ain't gonna say it. I don't want to start checking. I don't want to start doing it. But y'all understand what I'm talking about. Y'all understand what I'm talking about. Y'all understand what I'm talking about. See, Terry is right there. Terry, he already on the page. I'm going there. I was getting ready to go there, but I ain't gonna do it because I'm trying to stay on the air. Folks get upset and then report me, and well, I'll be restricted from Facebook for God knows how long. The show just be on YouTube. So, you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna let Terry. Yeah, Terry. Hey, that's too old for him, Terry. That's a little bit too old for him. They got some young folks there. They don't even know what this show is. That's for us older ones who've been here. Yeah, that's who we go after. You see what I'm saying? We don't go after the the movie stars. We go after the if this was wrestling, let me put it that way, where I can get away with it, Terry. If this was wrestling, we don't go after the main event players. The ones that the people paid all the money to come see. We don't get them. We ain't dancing with them. We go after preliminary matches. we go after the ones that wrestle in the first and second and third matches. When people outside, they ain't studying those matches. They in the concession stand getting popcorn while they out there, just trying to put on the show. That's all they trying to do. But ain't nobody watching because everybody ready for the real stuff. We go get the bargain guys. And we might as well expect it, y'all, because I showed you on the last show. Y'all saw what Jerry said now. Y'all heard what he said. Jerry said that we're not going to pay for that one player when I can get 3 at the same price. He said, I'm all in with the 3 rather than the 1. So, since that's the case, we already know. Man, go ahead, Terry, the Morgan brothers. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I know you're a wrestling fan. I mean, you can talk now. See, this is what we do. Yeah, Terry, the Brooklyn Brawl, yeah. Mike Jackson. See, you really got the Georgia Championship Wrestling. Mike Jackson and George South and those type of guys. But anyway, let me stop. I'm from Memphis, so I was born and bred in Memphis wrestling. So yeah, there you go, Greg. See, everybody want to check now. Come on here, Greg. I like that. Cowboys like the mid cards instead of the main event. Exactly. Those are the type of free agents we go out and get. So, that eliminates some of your dreams if Jerry is telling the truth, which I have no choice but to believe him because that's what the history shows. So the Derrick Henrys of the world, a dominant defensive player, you forget that, it's not going to happen. I would be shocked. And trust me, if it happened, I'm going to be the first one on here shouting like, hey, I'm happy today. I'm shocked today. We got whoever it is. I'm shocked. But I just don't see it. So what we need to be doing is, as far as free agents goes, we need to be looking at the mid card guy. There you go, Joe. Joe say he's shopping at Walmart. See? The players. So y'all catch what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's the truth. So we need to start looking at depth players because that's what they do free agents for, is depth. Not impact, depth. We've been saying this for a while. They haven't proved me wrong yet, so I'm going to stick with that. Okay, I like Shane. I sincerely hope so. If you're trying to win, I hope you're right, Shane. This is what we hope. Look, we all hope Shane is right here. Y'all see what he's saying? Look at the screen. Look what he's saying. We all hope Shane is right. I hope so. I hope so. I hope there's an impactful guy, and we don't need 3 or 4. All we need is 1 or 2. That's all we need. We already got impactful players. Shoot, we got all pros everywhere. We got pro bowlers everywhere. We already got impact guys. We just need 1 or 2. Get over the hump. That's all we need. That's all we need. I guarantee you, however, we're going to spend some money on a linebacker. That's going to happen. Now, the question is, who is going to be? We're going to sign in free agency a linebacker. The only question is he going to be from day 1 or day 2, or is he going to be day 9? But it's going to be a free agent at linebacker because we need a lot of them. Oh, and by the way, don't know if you heard, I'm quite sure you guys heard, and forgive me if I don't have it right in my face. I need to say this. The Cowboys picked up 2 compensatory picks for this year's draft. So we got 2 more picks this coming up draft in the lower part of the draft. I do remember one is a 6th round. Forgive me for not having it here. I really wasn't planning on talking about that. But since you know how the Cowboys are, they love the draft. So, they probably pop champagne bottles once they find they got 2 more picks in the draft. Which to them would change their whole strategy as far as free agency goes and all that kind of stuff. They got a draft. They love it. They love it. So that's why I say kind of hold off on this free agency dreams. And I hope Shane is right. I'm going to say it again. I'll be the first one to come on here and say, hey, I was wrong. 1,000% wrong. I'm shocked that the Cowboys did what they did. Now, I will say this. And depending on how you look at it. The real truth of the matter is, other than the all-in question and explanation of it, Cowboys front office been mighty quiet. Shane is right on that. They've been mighty quiet, other than Jerry running his mouth defining what all in is, and Steven trying to tell everybody, what his dad had really meant and all that kind of stuff. Other than that, Jerry, Steven, McCarthy, Will McClay have been mighty quiet. I'm not saying it mean nothing, but I will say it could. We'll find out in a couple days because it's showtime now. Teams that are close to winning the Super Bowl will add these showroom floor people. They will. It's kind of like everybody, Derrick Henry, y'all quite sure y'all know, he was already had a house in Dallas, but he was already in Dallas. He lives in Dallas over the off season. Now he's built a house there, supposedly. Got another house in Dallas. Where everybody automatically saying, he might be a Cowboy after all. You know how many NFL players stay in Dallas? Please stop it. Keep in mind, Derrick Henry is a free agent as well. Derrick Henry has nothing to play for other than trying to win a Super Bowl. And the rumor is a lot of people already got him going to Baltimore. See, Derrick Henry got money. He can keep his house in Dallas and go buy a condo in Baltimore. See, just because you build a house in Dallas and you stay in Dallas, that don't mean that you want to play with the Cowboys. Just mean you got a house in Dallas. Shoot. He got money. He can buy a house wherever you want to go. So let's not get that. And to be honest with you, I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. And y'all know me. I'm a Cowboy fan. Let's be honest. If you was Derrick Henry, and you had the choice to play with Lamar Jackson or Dak Prescott, which one you gonna take? I'm a Cowboy fan, but let's be honest. Let's be honest. I know we all Cowboy fans. I understand. Let's just be honest. The thought of Derrick Henry with Lamar Jackson is a very scary combination. That's scary. They almost made the Super Bowl last year. You get an impact guy like Derrick Henry to come along with Lamar Jackson. That one move may very well be the move that gets you to New Orleans in the Super Bowl next year. I'm just calling it like it is. Would I love to have him? Would I love to have him in Dallas? Yes. See, I got to harp on the points there. And look, I don't mean, well, James, you're right. I just said who would you rather? Let me just make it even more clear. If I'm Derrick Henry and I got a debate past the money, it's really gonna boil down to money and all that. I get all that. But if we were just going football, Derrick Henry's gonna ask himself the question: which one of these teams? That's even if the Cowboys are in play. But if let's just play hypothetical. Let's just say that it's down between Baltimore and Dallas, and you sit there and say, okay, which team really got a chance for me to get to the Super Bowl? There's nowhere in the world you can say Dallas is a better option than the Baltimore Ravens right now. No way. Stability in the front office, stability as the head coach and Coach Harbaugh, MVP, quarterback, great defense. I'm just saying. It ain't. You got Lamar Jackson, then you got Dak Prescott. Which one you gonna play for? If we line up 10 guys, you say who you want to play with, Lamar or Dak? I'm gonna say maybe about 7 out of 10 say Lamar. I'm just calling like it is. And that's and as bad as it may be sounding, that's really not a knock against Dak Prescott. It's just in the mind of players, they're saying, I got a better chance to win the Super Bowl with this guy than that guy. There are a lot of people that would pick Lamar over Patrick Mahomes. It really is. Even though I just said something that sounds blasphemous, but it's really the truth. There are some guys that would pick Lamar Jackson over Patrick Mahomes. Seriously. And that's why I say it's not a knock against that. I'm just saying Lamar, one of those guys who you just know you're going to get somewhere. I'm just saying. And I'm going to go back to my last show. Y'all got to be honest, man. Look, you got to be honest. When it comes to free agents and places to land, and the free agents really have a choice of where they want to go. Sooner or later, we got to be honest, y'all. Because some of these guys that are past their second contract and haven't won a ring, Cowboys ain't top-notch place for them to choose. They ain't choosing Dallas. They're not. Like right now, they say where you want to play. They gonna say Kansas City. Some gonna say Baltimore. Some gonna say Buffalo. Some will even say Philly. I'm serious. Some will say Philly. Some will say the San Francisco 49ers. Some will say the Buffalo Bills. And then you might say Dallas. I'm serious, y'all. Dallas ain't a popular place like it used to be as far as players go. even though Texas is a state income tax, and you know you don't have to pay the tax there like you pay everywhere else. Man, them folk don't care. When you say free agency, most of these guys are looking for a place where they can go ahead and get a ring. The Cowboys are known as a one and done, and the players say that. They ain't thinking about, I could be the one that can go and get them over. They ain't thinking about that. Let me go stack the deck over here with these guys, and we're gonna go ahead and win the Super Bowl. They ain't thinking about Dallas. It's not popular like it used to be as a landing spot for free agents. That's why I ain't just hype about it. If we do it, I'm shocked. I'll be so happy if we can get one of these type dudes. I would be. I'd be on here screaming. I just don't see it because we're just not that popular no more. We're not even in the top 3 for choices. You know, for teams, you know, but I understand money talks and some people go where the money is, and Dallas should have money. I get it. But we're not the place that free agents are running, trying to get to. Dak Prescott is not the quarterback everybody calling out. I just want to play with Dak. I got to play with him. No, that ain't it. Dak not that. Dak not that. And again, it's not a knock because in fairness, there's really only one name that comes up when they say they want to play for him, maybe possibly 2, and that's Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. That's it. Joe Burrow name don't come up too much. You know, Josh Allen name just barely. See what I'm saying? Got Dennis Trailer here. Dennis says, there's a nice long question. He says, what would have more impact on Henry's legacy winning the Super Bowl as a Raven or as a Cowboy? Just saying, by the way, I heard Henry was a Cowboy fan coming into the league. A lot of them were out then. So maybe he is motivated to pursue a title in Big D since it's reported he is currently a second-tier running back when compared to Saquon by many NFL GMs. Maybe he would come Dallas with a chip on his shoulder. I'll start with your last sentence, Dennis. And I appreciate you popping in on it. He would have a chip wherever you go. It's just how he built. That's the truth. Throw in that Baltimore had a great defense as well. So let's not forget that. Running game and a defense will win you a world championship. And their defense is better than ours. So I get a check mark to them on that. Now to go back to your first question, winning the Super Bowl in Dallas would have more of an impact because the whole world would see it. By then, they've seen every game you played. And I ain't talking about this because you can stream. I'm talking about the Cowboys going to be on TV every week anyway, whether you streaming or not. They just going to be on TV. So it would have a better impact here to answer your question. No question about that. His name will be known forever. No question. He was a Cowboy fan. That is true. You see, maybe when we get to this point, and considering that this may be his last big contract, Dennis, he might, the love for the team that he may have had. When you know this probably is your last chance at a nice bite at the pie, you going where the money is. Because, what is he? How old is Derrick Henry? What, 30, 31? 30 or 31 now? This it for him. Whatever contract he gets, 2-year deal, maybe a 3, this is going to be it. By the time he finishes this big contract, nobody's going to pay him a big amount of money anymore. So I would think, and it's a business, you can't blame him. When you get to this age and you ain't trying to work for the rest of your life, this money got to last you the rest of your life. And of course, it's over the money that you already stacked up. You're going where the money is. I would. It had to be a contending team. But if I got a contending team and Dallas only offers me $7 million and Baltimore offers me $9 million, and I got a chance to win the Super Bowl with Baltimore, I'm going to Baltimore. That's why I'm saying this is what Stephen Jones usually messes up. Because, I tell y'all again last year, he brought Bobby Wagner in for an interview and let Bobby Wagner leave out of the building without a contract offer. That sums up Stephen Jones right there. I rest my case. You brought in Bobby Wagner, let him come in the building, talk to him, and you let him leave out, and you didn't even offer him a contract. Crazy. So, that's just what I'm thinking, Dennis. I think Derek, this is his last bite at the apple, and I really believe that he's gonna go wherever the money is, and plus a chance to win. And then if you was to ask that question, okay, which team right now give you the better chance? As a Cowboy diehard fan, you can't help but say Baltimore. Give him a better chance. That's just the truth. Yeah, it's hard. Now, Jacob, I like that point. I love that point you just made. It says the AFC is tougher division or tougher conference nowadays than the NFC. I agree 100% because you got to get through Mahomes, who stands at the mountain, kicking everybody down in the AFC. Even though you may have a good record and you may have had home field advantage, Pat Mahomes standing there and say, well, it's playoff time. Let me go and show y'all who I am. Lamar, you the MVP? Oh, okay. Let me come to your house and show you who I am. I'm going to beat you in your house, and then I'm going to go to the Super Bowl. I'm going to show you who I am. And Burrow is the only one that beat him. I mean, there's a lot of guys in the AFC. You're absolutely right. Lamar, Allen, Burrow, Holmes. I mean, gosh. It's guys there. Please, now I know what y'all, please don't say nothing about Herbert. Please don't say nothing about pretty boy Lawrence in Jacksonville. They ain't done nothing. Don't talk to me about Tua. I don't want to hear nothing about them. They're good quarterbacks, though. They're good quarterbacks. I'll say that. But there's a tier in the AFC. And then there's a second tier. So in the NFC, it's not a big road. Not that hard. Not as hard as AFC. I forgot. Thank you, Jacob. I forgot about Aaron Rodgers is there. So, I mean, you're absolutely right, Jacob. He could be thinking that might be a factor as well if you're talking about winning. But you got to go through Kansas City. Whether they come to your house or whether you go to theirs, the buck stops with Patrick Mahomes. The whole NFL, matter of fact. The whole NFL got to answer to Patrick Mahomes. And it's just the truth. You got to beat him. I think Ric Flair said it best. Be the man, you got to beat the man. That man has been Patrick Mahomes the last 4 or 5 years, even though other teams have won it. Patrick Mahomes is the standard. No doubt about it. Oh, yes, sir, Dennis. Yes, sir. We all know that. Great point. Great point. That's the truth. That's the truth. And if Derrick Henry, as a matter of fact, all this team, all these all pros we got, all these, Pro Bowls we got, if they win the Super Bowl, they will forever not have to pay for a dinner anywhere in Texas. And that ain't counting all the endorsements that they're gonna get. It's like Jerry's. I mean, when you look on whatever broadcast you look at, some kind of way a Cowboys there. Moose, Johnson, Romo, of course, Troy. I mean, I ain't counting some of the secondary guys. Man, you'll forever be the man in Dallas. So to go back to what Dennis asked earlier, it means something. It means something to win the Super Bowl anyway. But there are some places in this league that if you win the Super Bowl there, it has a tremendous impact on your life rather than, let's just say for instance, Jacksonville. Let's say for Jacksonville wins the Super Bowl. Okay, Jacksonville wins the Super Bowl, but they ain't going to have the kind of impact that if Dallas wins the Super Bowl. See what I'm saying? It's a difference. Michael Irvin is on TV. And look, Jacob says Marcus Spears, and he ain't win nothing. Been on ESPN for years. He was a Cowboy. Dion, before he took the coaching job. Dion, come on now. NFL Network. Oh, I mean, let's go on and on, man. Jimmy Johnson. I mean, come on. Oh, it's a benefit in winning in Dallas. There's no question about that. That could be a factor too, Dennis. I'm not going to dismiss that. I believe it when I see it, though. I believe it when I see it. All right. Let me talk about this last thing, then I'll get out of y'all way. Well, I've already did it. And that is, I think we're all so far, we're off to a bad start in the offseason. Morale-wise, it ain't catastrophic, but it ain't good. There's too much talking going on. It really is. The talking should be for people like me and Boss and Landlord and West Coast and Law and J Tuck and Koye and Botch and HTM Sports and Henry the Moore. The talking ought to be with us. Unfortunately, we got a partner in the podcast world whose name is huge, and he has way more followers than we have combined. And he does the same thing that you see me doing, and that's hold a microphone, yap, and give his opinion on what he wants to do, and that's Michael Parsons. And I guess when you have a podcast, you're supposed to talk. That's the only reason why you got it. But shoot, you got to know what to talk about, though. You're talking too much to me. Ain't got nothing to do with his play. He's a great player. He's a terror. He's a problem. No doubt about it. He's worthy of all pro status. He's worthy of all the votes he got for Defensive Player of the Year. He should be in it all the time. I'm not taking nothing away from him being on the field. I ain't taking nothing away from him. He's a great football player. He's just getting started. He ain't nowhere near where he's going to be. Nowhere near. He ain't even hit his prime yet. He's dominant already, so I ain't knocking nothing on it. But off the field, he talking too much for me. He talking way too much. And some of the things he's saying, other players his teammates have to answer for. And then when he brings his teammates on his show, it automatically he's so real that he's not media savvy yet. So he comes straight from the heart. And some will say that's being real. That's good stuff. That's what we like. Yeah, but some of the stuff you're saying from your heart shouldn't be on a national platform. There are some things that's supposed to be in the locker room, and then there's some things that you can put out on your platform. Stuff that Michael Parsons have talked about should have been in the locker room. It's just no question. Now everybody gonna have to answer for it. The stuff CD done said. Everybody gonna have to answer for it. Jerry Jones is skillful enough that he can say a whole lot of stuff and at the same time be saying absolutely nothing. And you'll have to figure out. You have to figure out what he was saying because he's talking code sometimes. That's how Jared does it. Jared's media savvy. He knows just what to give and he knows what to keep. Michael Parsons ain't like that. Whatever hit Michael Parsons' head, he gonna say it. And you got these outside people, as Shane said earlier, about people that's being disgruntled. Cole Beasley's, the Dez Bryant's, the Terrell Owens. Now you can add Dalton. Well, Dalton wasn't lying what he said now. I ain't gonna even talk bad about Dalton. I ain't gonna talk bad about it. If Dalton was lifting weights and he saw people knocking on the window, hey, Dalton, we're trying to disturb him from getting his work done, but you constantly seeing people walk by, staring at you and all that kind of stuff while he's weightlifting, he ain't lying. He saw it. Ain't nothing wrong with saying what you saw. If that was the truth, it's the truth. It's the truth. So I ain't gonna knock Dalton. In comparison to what he's going through in Houston, well, nobody want to walk coming there anyway because Houston ain't talking about nothing. See what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's a difference. Hey, John, I'm sorry. I see John. John said, Bishop, would you bring the OPS on your podcast after they beat you in your house? I just don't know about him, Bishop. Exactly, man. See, that's when I lost it with Mike. I ain't said that, John. John, I want to talk about that so bad. John, I wanted to talk about that so bad, but I didn't do it. I didn't do it because I rather because number one, it's his show. Then he's after numbers as well. See what I'm saying? So sometimes people who you invite on your show, you know it's gonna bring you better ratings. It's almost kind of like the Shannon Sharp, Cat Williams thing. Well, when you say I have Cat Williams as my guest, you already know what he gonna bring to the table. Controversy. You know that. And you know people love controversy. That's why the man done had almost 40 million people watch that one show. And I believe that Michael Parsons did something along those lines when he invited Love, the Green Bay. What John was talking about is Love, the quarterback from Green Bay. Michael brought him on the show after they stomped a mud hole in us. A couple weeks later, he's on the show trying to figure out what was the game plan, as if Jordan Love really gonna tell you what the game plan was. The game plan was they weren't gonna let you beat them. They're gonna hit you in your mouth. That was the game plan. They're gonna put two people on you. They're gonna run at you. It's not hard to see. See what I'm saying? I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it either. Man up there smiling, laughing, and giggling, and we were ready to play, y'all. We were ready to go. Jordan talking like he on a wrestling show, like he doing promos. He talking crazy. Yeah, we were ready to go. We was on national TV on that stage. We were ready to play. We came out and wanted to send a statement early. That's what we did. We wanted to stay aggressive. And what could Michael say? Really, when you down 27-0, what really could Michael say? Number sit there and for a minute there, I thought Jordan Love was the host of the show, and Michael Parsons was the guest because Michael Parsons couldn't say nothing. And I'm sitting there like saying, "Dude, you're killing me, man. You're killing me. You're killing me. Why you bring this dude on here, man? Why you bring this dude?" But when you're chasing ratings, guess what? Sometimes you do things that are not conventional. Greg said, this is my theory. I believe there's a lot of misdirection going on this offseason. Everyone is doing all the talking, but the Cowboys, I said that earlier, they are talking who should the Cowboys sign. They talking Dak. You see online about rumors of free agents, yet the Cowboys are quiet. Cowboys are bigger off-season news than the Chiefs Super Bowl champs, no doubt about that. Just pay attention to the quiet in Dallas. I said that earlier. I hope that that's true. But it's the same old movie. We always are the storyline during the off season. We always doing that. Right now, Eastside Harold is calling me. And the sad part is I ain't even opened up the line. See, that's when you're desperate to get on my show. Eastside really calling me right now. I ain't opened up the line. See what I'm saying? Eastside, you listening at me while you got your phone ringing. Why in the world would you call me when you know I ain't opened up the line? That's why I just looked at it. I see my ID. I just let it ring. I ain't opened up the line. See, Eastside is kind of like Jordan Love was on Michael Parsons. He think he run the show. Yeah, John. Jordan Love was sitting back, giggling, laughing, looking like a member of the DeBarge family. Just laughing, look like El DeBarge. Just laughing at Mike, laughing at him, giggling, batting his eyes, licking his lips, all that kind of stuff. And he really thought that, he would run the show. Michael Parsons just sitting there quiet as a church mouse. Quiet. And Eastside just tried to do the same thing on my show. That's why Eastside, I saw it. Look, I see it right here. I saw you right here. You said Eastside Harold. I looked at it and I said, I'd be dang. Eastside trying to take over my show. Now you know good and well you ain't gonna take over nothing over here. You know that. Exactly. But I'm tired of Michael Parsons. But he gonna have a lot to say. It is. It is. Well, all I'm trying to tell y'all is it's the calm before the storm. March the 13th is coming. That's the day free agency begins. Let the chips fall where they may, if any chips fall. We throw that in. If any chips fall. Then after the 13th, all this stuff y'all been saying about how frustrated you are with the Cowboys. Now we can say that. Now we can say it. Pay attention this week before the 13th. Because this will tell a lot. Pay attention to what the Cowboys do inside their building. In other words, with their players. Because I'm anticipating they're going to have to do it now or a little bit later. It's going to happen. The question is when. And that's restructuring deals. They already did it to Zach Martin this week. If they get a whole bunch of folks who they restructure, look out. Because you ain't clearing up all this money all of a sudden for nothing. But if you don't hear nothing in the next 2-3 days before the 13th get here, and don't get your hopes built up. For those of you that are really believing that we're going to get somebody, I hope we do. But if they ain't clearing up no money, just hold tight. All right. I got time. Now the line is open. And I'm quite sure Eastside is about to call. Eastside, before you call, son, please don't get on here with no foolishness. We could care less about the Houston Texans. I can tell you that right now. We could care less. All we can tell you is get ready for your early whatever draft pick you got is higher than us, because it is what it is. We care less about who you getting. We care less about what draft pick you got. And here it is, right on cue.
Call from
Eastside Herald.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
All right, as I predicted, you go East Side. You better make it good, East Side, or you may have the quickest call in big time show history. The dance floor is yours.
Don't do your brother like that, sir. I just called to give my little commentary on the Dallas Little Cowgirls. What I've seen. I heard from Dalton Schultz, and when he was on that Pat McAfee show, that just made me so happy, so much joy that he exposed the circus in Dallas, in the I don't want to say the word, but let's just say the S show in Dallas for what it is, and it seemed like you agreed with him, right, sir? From what I heard you earlier, you was like, "Hey, man, I've been on the tour. I've seen it for myself."
Yeah, I've seen it.
Didn't you say that, sir?
I have seen it. I've seen it. But
okay,
I've seen it. I've been there. I've seen it myself. So he didn't lie about that. But here's the part, though, Eastside. You say it's a zoo. You say it is a S show.
No, I say a lot of words, but I know this is a family show.
Yeah. You say it's a S show. I got you. I heard you.
Yeah.
But here are the facts. And even though you say it's a zoo, and even though you say it's an S show, that can be debatable. But what cannot be debatable are facts. And here are the facts. Despite you saying it's a zoo, and despite you saying it's an S show, the Dallas Cowboys have won 12 straight games, 12 wins in the last 3 years. Last time I checked, that's better than the Houston Texans, ain't it? Yeah, that was a fact.
Before D'Amico Ryans got there.
Well, when D'Amico Ryans...
I mean, it was better before D'Amico Ryans got there.
I'm just saying, there's only one team in the last 3 years.
Before C.J. Stroud.
Well, C.J. Stroud got to play 3 years before we start saying that. But the thing is, there's only one team that has won more games than the Dallas Cowboys in the last 3 years. One.
Who was that?
Kansas City Chiefs. That's it. One more games. Those are facts. So you can't debate that because that's the truth. Now, if they win in 12, 5, 3 straight years, trust me, you would take that record in a heartbeat.
I'm just a far short in the first round. I don't know, man.
You gotta.
I pretty much get the hint by then.
Well, first round is the first round. That's true too. Those are facts too. We lost in the first round, but you gotta get to the playoffs. You gotta get to the playoffs. Though. You gotta get there. 12-5 and get.
Got demolished.
Yeah, we got demolished.
Demolished.
We did.
You blew out.
Yeah, we got destroyed. I take it further. We got annihilated. I give you that. There's no question. But despite us being annihilated, the Houston Texans don't hold a candle to us. So,
I don't know, sir.
All I can say is
I don't know not about what Dalton Schultz say.
Dalton Schultz ain't talking about that.
You taking his word for it, or you taking his word for it?
Dalton Schultz ain't talking about that. The Dalton
Schultz got a big payday.
Well, I know he did, and that's because y'all had no choice. He's a good tight end. Did Dalton Schultz make the Pro Bowl last year? I mean, you ought to know. Yeah, it's your team. Did Dalton Schultz make the Pro? I don't know.
Pro Bowls are semantics and stuff.
I don't know. Did he make the Pro Bowl? He didn't. I'm asking. I don't know.
Not to my knowledge, sir. Okay. Not to my knowledge, sir. Okay. I don't want to give you no misinformation.
Okay.
Sir.
Okay. Well. He made the Pro Bowl in Dallas, and he had C.J. Stroud with him. He had Dak Prescott.
Rookie.
It don't make no difference. Dak Prescott sent him to the Pro Bowl. So, and let's make this very clear. Dalton Schultz had his better years in Dallas. Hello. It's the truth. Hey, you ain't got to say nothing. It's the truth. So the book's still open for y'all in Houston to see how far Dalton Schultz gonna go. Like I said, I really don't blame Dalton because all he said was the truth. If he saw people running by and waving and while they lifting weights, that's all that's the truth.
Do you feel good about your players being treated like they in the zoo? I mean, does that make you?
I don't know. I don't know if you really categorize it as a zoo. It's a tour. They're not inside there. The guys are probably got on headphones like you looking at me right now. They're probably lifting weights and all that kind of stuff. And maybe they just don't want nobody watching them at the same time. That's fine. That's preference. I ain't worried about that. But as far as it being a zoo, let's just be honest about the situation. Somebody said it earlier in the chat, Eastside. Every team has tours for the stadium. Everybody. I don't know if they have it for their practice facilities. I don't know that, but I would think that some of them do. I would think so. So Dallas not the only one now. Let's not act like that. But I know you want to, but it's not the truth. Everybody got to do the same thing. There's a tour, I'm guaranteeing. If you look it up right now, since you're in Houston, I'm guaranteeing you there's a tour that's set up for NRG Stadium. I guarantee it. There might even be
you know about that NRG, don't you?
Well, Michigan won there. Michigan. That's why. The Wolverines won. You understand?
Just saying, so you kind of try to poo-poo Houston, but you knew the name of that stadium, so you just kind of rolled off your tongue like the NRG.
That ain't nothing. I can name off just about every stadium. You know, that ain't saying nothing.
Yes.
So you get excited over little stuff.
Yeah.
See, when you come here to me, you got to calm down. See, I'm trying to calm you down. It may not be a zoo. It's just the stuff that they don't like. Now, that don't mean it's a zoo, but everybody, that be the case. There's a lot of zoos in the NFL because they do the same thing. You think where the Rams play, you think they ain't got no tours there in SoFi? You don't think there ain't no tour there in SoFi? Come on now. You don't think it's no tours at all in SoFi? See what I'm saying? So let's not do that. Dalton Schultz is a guy who wanted more money and thought he was in position to get more money in Dallas, and we weren't willing to pay it. That's why he with y'all now. That's the bottom line. He wanted to stay in Dallas with Dak.
The truth is the truth, though.
Well, I'm telling you the truth. He wanted more money, and we weren't gonna give him that type of money. Y'all did. God bless you. He still was better. Look, we still got time for him with CJ. We'll see. I'll give him a 3-year window. And let's see if CJ and Dalton is as good as Dak and Dalton was. Let me just say this to you. CJ got a lot of catching up to do to get that. That's the truth. Goodbye, Eastside, because you ain't talking about nothing. Get off my phone, man. Thank you, sir. Get off my phone. See, I don't mind Eastside calling. You just got to know how to handle them. See what I'm saying? See, with guys like that, they come with you with innuendos and scenarios. I just come with facts. Dak and Dalton Schultz was a pretty good combination. CJ Stroud and Dalton Schultz just getting on the road together. You can't compare the two yet because you got to have time. So we really can't compare. I give him 3 years with Dalton, and let's see if he's did better with Dalton than Dak did. I doubt it very seriously. But anyway, that's another whole story. Phone line is open, y'all. 901-654-6853. 901-654-6853 is right there on the line. There it is right there. 901-654-6853. You can call in right now. See what y'all got to say about it. See if y'all agree with me on some of these crazy distractions. Well, I call them distractions because the media gonna eat it up. Media is going to have a lot to say. And it's just brewing. It's brewing, it's brewing, it's brewing. They're going to have to answer some of these questions, even at the draft. They are. We ain't seen it like this. And, I'm not saying it's crazy or like the sky fell fall in. People like Eastside want to act like that sky falling. Ain't no sky falling there. It's just something that we haven't had to do in a long period of time. See, another whole thing, since y'all ain't called in, let me go with this right here. Hey, before I do that, everybody hit the like button for me. Everybody, come on now. Help your boy out. Those of you that are on Facebook, hit that like button or heart button. If you're on YouTube, come on, hit that heart button for me. Smash it about 20 times for me. It ain't gonna take long. Just do that right there. If you're on Twitter, oh my God, I see y'all little crowd on Twitter. Hey, all of y'all that's on X, Twitter right now, hit that heart button. In other words, hit your screen. You're probably gonna see blue hearts come up. Give me about 20. Just smash it like that. I appreciate all of y'all that's on there. Instagram, I don't know what y'all could do. I ain't been on that in so long. Whatever it is, just hit it for me. I don't know. On Instagram. Everybody hit it for me, if you don't mind. But it was a team though, Joe. You say, how can it be a distraction? We won 3 Super Bowls, so I don't believe it's a distraction. That's because the players played ball. You had a coach who let them do nothing but think about football, and Jimmy Johnson. You can throw Barry Switz in there as well. Well, and because it was Jimmy's players, those boys there knew what they had to do. They really didn't need no self-motivation. They knew when it was football time, it was football time. Charles Haley didn't need nobody to tell him what time it was. Mike Irvin didn't need nobody. He was a distraction himself. But when it was practice time and time to play on Sundays or Monday nights, Mike Irvin was the last person you worried about. Emmett, Troy, Dion, the list go on and on. Ken Norton Jr., all those guys, Lett, all those guys. They were cut different. They knew what they had to do. A coach couldn't mess them up. They knew what they had to do. Eric Williams, all these guys. That was a different mindset. These guys don't have that mindset. You know what I'm saying? These guys had that. Those guys had the mindset, man. Jimmy didn't know nothing but winning. He came from college winning. Michael Irvin won national championships. That's all he knew was winning. Dion didn't win, but Dion was a big fish. He don't know nothing else but to be a big fish. Emmett didn't win in Florida, but when he came to Dallas, he was a big fish. So big fish don't play like small fish. I'm just saying, it's just a different time, different mindset. These guys don't have it yet. Some of them are developing it, but overall, as a team, they're not there quite yet. All right, here's the other thing that I want to say. Y'all can see the line is open. You can call in. But here's the other thing I want to say. You know what's strange? See, this brings in the question to me about all these outside people talking about the Cowboys, guys who used to play for the Cowboys. You know what this is showing me? Because I'm going to say it again. They ain't lying now. They're not lying. They're not lying. Their perspective may be different, but they're not lying. They saw what they saw. They were there in the building. They know what's going on. They know the ins and outs. They're not lying. But what it also shows is that there's a whole lot of people in that locker room that probably feel the same way. They ain't saying nothing. See, as nice as Dak Prescott is, y'all, I bet you Dak be holding his microphone in press conference and saying all the right things. doing all the right things, before he get in the car, he helped crickets across the street, very nice guy. You know what I'm saying? He see an ant, he try to give him food, he won't step on the ant, he just that type of guy. But I bet you when he get in that car and there ain't nobody in that car, when he drive home or wherever he go, I bet you he cussing up a storm in that car. I bet you he talking bad about some of these. I bet you, I bet you he just losing it. And he ain't the only one. There's a whole lot of them that listen to Dogs and Schultz this week and said, dang, I was in that living wage too. I was saying the same thing. I was saying the same thing. Man, I don't want to see no. I'm trying to work. I don't want nobody to lock it up till we get through. Do the tour after we come out. When we in here lifting, when we in here, if I were playing, I ain't gonna even lie to you. That's what I would say. I would ask the powers that be, sir, whoever it is, coach, the assistant coach, position coach, pass it on to the head coach, and over the head coach will pass it on to the owner or whatever. I would say, while we're working and we have this set time, I ain't gonna say you have a set time, but those guys got keys to the building all time during the night and all that. I'm quite sure they can do it whatever time they want to, but it ought to be something like, if you're gonna come on the tour, come early in the morning or something. But when we in here, we don't want nothing going on. When we leave, open everything up. I mean, now some may say it ain't bothering me. I mean, I got these headphones on. I'm listening to my music while I'm lifting anyway, so it don't bother me at all. And that may be true for some. I'm just saying, if it was me, I wouldn't want nobody around. Nobody. I ain't got time to wave at the baby. I ain't got time to wave at the baby. They just waving. Ooh, there go CD, knocking on the window. CD. I'm not obligated to stop what I'm doing to wave at you. But if you didn't want in the building anyway at this particular time, I really wouldn't have to worry about it. See what I'm saying? It's just small things turn into big things. It does. And when you start talking about a team concept, the small things, it gets you. I'm serious. It does. But that's just me. It may not be that way for everybody else. So I'm not saying what I'm saying is the gospel. I'm just saying that it ain't what Dalton was saying is true from his perspective. All right. Y'all still not talking to me. Y'all stop arguing with Eastside and chat about he just hit a troll. Y'all know he a troll. Y'all know he a cowboy troll. Man ain't watched a Houston Texans ain't watched a Houston Texans podcast yet. That's because it ain't none. So all he do is go around and get on every cowboy podcaster and try to troll. Y'all stop arguing with him. Y'all start arguing with him. Yeah, he ain't there. Listen, while I got a little time, this show is being brought to you by Magnificent Hands. Magnificent Hand. Magnificent Hand. Massage parlor, my brother here in Memphis by the name of Anthony Cochran, licensed massage therapist. If you're in the Tennessee, Memphis area, if you're in the Mississippi area or the Arkansas area, and you want some services for massage, I recommend this company to you. They are a sponsor of this show. Give him a call at 901-607-1527. Again, that's Magnificent Hands, Anthony Cochran, 901-607-1527. Give him a call if you can. I promise you, as female massage therapists, you also have male massage therapists. They do corporate events. They'll come to your business. They will do your whole business. They do schools, teachers, during the day at schools. He just does it all. He does hospitals as well, massaging people that are there, patients that are there. Great guy, great company. Give him a chance, man. And again, Magnificent Hands, proud sponsor of the Big Time Show podcast. Let's see here. All right. One more thing. For those of you that like to hear Bishop Brooks, that's me. Same person, but I'm on my spiritual side. I have another show that's called, it was based off my book that I wrote, Seeking Clearer Thoughts podcast. Most of you are aware of my book here that I wrote last year. So I made a podcast out of it where I'm just trying to, and it's featured primarily on the NGBN network, but however, I created a YouTube page. Simple, Seeking Clearer Thoughts. Seeking Clearer Thoughts. I think I got it down here. There it is. If you go to that right there, Seeking Clearer Thoughts, go to YouTube, type in that, and just subscribe. Just subscribe and turn on the live notification. Seeking Clearer Thoughts is right there on the screen there. It's not live. I pre-record the shows and then on a certain day, air it. Usually it'll be either on a Thursday or a Wednesday. But I already have 2 shows there now. You can go there now and watch them and see how you like it. Go there now if you need a little spiritual uplift or whatever. I try my best to help you with your daily walk with God. All you got to do is go there, tap on that if you're interested. Trying to grow that as well. It's featured on the NGBN TV network. As I said before, we're trying to save lives. And maybe what I say can make someone smile and get out of their depression, at least for a moment, or who knows, maybe even permanently. So if you guys don't mind, meet all my family, the Big Time family. If you're there, will you please support your boy in this effort? I think that's more important than the Big Time Show, to be honest with you. Trying to save people. That's what the network was designed for. Trying to stop suicides between the ages of 40, men who between the ages of 40, 50, and 60. We're just trying to do that. So I hope you guys will go to that, Seeking Clearer Thoughts. It's a YouTube page. I'll be putting it on Facebook as well, on my personal page, not here on the Big Time Show. It won't be seen on the Big Time Show. I'm trying to keep everything separated. It will be on my personal Facebook page, which will be Douglas Brooks Jr., Douglas Lewis Brooks Jr. Most of you know my name, Douglas Lewis Brooks Jr. All you got to do is send me a friend request. And thank you, man. I appreciate you, John. I hope just others you will follow over to Seeking Clearer Thoughts. Just subscribe, and then also just turn on the live notification. Turn on where you know when I'm coming. You can do that for me. All right. We did it again, y'all. We did another show. I got to look at how many shows I done in 3 years. I'll be coming up on some type of milestone. I really need to go look at that. I don't know how many shows I've done in 3 years. I guess time flies when you're having fun. Matter of fact, let me look at that real quick before I let y'all go. This is unbelievable. I mean, time really flying. Let me see here. How many shows have you done, boy? How many shows have you done? Oh, wow. I've done 787 shows. Good Lord mercy. Woo. So 800 is coming up. We got to do something special for that. 800 shows in 3 years. Man, that's crazy. Man, I hear you, John. I hope so. If the Lord allow me to live, I'm going to keep talking Cowboys because they are the gift and keep on giving. Y'all know that. Other than that, y'all, listen, I'm out of here. Appreciate y'all for hanging with me this long. We're getting out of here, and we'll see you on Monday night, a couple days from now. I'm quite sure we'll have some more stuff to talk about as soon as that ends. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. This has been the one and the only. I am Big Time, and this has been the Big Time Show. You know what? I still got time. I got about a few more seconds. See, we on the network, there's a time because the next show is coming. Or you got to be off at the top of the hour, 3 minutes before. And I'm got about 30 seconds. So I got to do it precisely. You understand? All right, I'm out of here. I'm gone. We'll see you on Monday. Big Time Show. Yeah.